city councillor, and he's been one of the best additions to our shed because he kind of always has 2 or 3 things brewing in his head as far as things that we can do. And if you come and hang out at the shed, it's possible, and it doesn't happen right away, it might take a few months, that Don may share with you where to collect a pallet, where to fish a nice hole that you have to walk into that most people don't know about, or whether you can kind of find an amazing gathering of berries.
Yeah, there's a few of those things out there.
Yeah, sure.
And we might even have fun showing people how to do these.
Oh yeah, this is our current Christmas tree project that we're doing. Are these the ones for Rainbow Day Center?
No, they're finished.
They're finished. They're for.
No, this is Don playing around to see.
This is Don playing around.
Because there's a fundraiser happening and Don's going to try to, on behalf of the shed, have 3, 4 somethings like that to do.
Okay, so that's the silent auction that's happening on November 23rd at the Underground Club. A lot of our guys probably won't make it just because it's kind of alcohol focused, but or might not be sensory appropriate for those folks who have their PTSD symptoms right under the surface. But that being said, I mean, we all have a backstory. And, you know, the viewers had an opportunity to hear some of my backstory today. And I just wanted to kind of bridge the positive connection that happens when, you know, men come together and work shoulder to shoulder. One of the projects we wanted to talk about here this is my long-term project. I thought it was going to be a short-term project, but we started it, 4-5 months ago?
Yes.
When AWAC, the Association for Women in Communities, who sponsored and provides kind of the umbrella non-for-profit number for our organization, needed a boardroom table. And so I said, hey, they're really expensive. How about the men's shed builds one for you? So I went out, sourced some lumber, and found these beautiful fir slabs. So this is the bottom of it that we've sanded a little bit, but we're gonna lift with our knees. We're gonna put it down, and we're gonna show you a little bit about, we still have to obviously finish the edges here, and we're gonna create a resin river pour. So we're gonna take the bark off here. This is Douglas fir. We're gonna put the bark ends together, and then we're gonna box it, and then pour resin within it that's colored.
Yeah.
Did you want to add anything?
It's gonna basically, the board table is gonna have a breadboard edge to it, which will actually tie the actual edge of it together so it can't expand or contract. So that gives it a better finished look, because you're not gonna see the end grain, you're gonna see a nice board along the end.
Right. And so obviously we're taking 2 of these 24-inch wide pieces and putting them together. So it's going to be 4 feet, over 4 feet wide,
Yeah.
and about 10 feet long.
So is this one of the pictures that's being donated for the silent auction?
This is a print that my wife had actually drawn.
Wow.
And we actually went to, the story behind it, we actually went to Stewart, Alaska, and we actually took a picture of the bear doing this. And it was fishing, and when it was fishing, it would actually reach down, grab a fish. If it struggled too much, it'd let it go, and then grab another one. So that's why it's called Gone Fishing. And then I've actually created the actual cedar frame for it.
It's beautiful. So that'll be at the fundraising event.
That's going to
for
be at the
people.
silent auction, yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And is there another item you wanted to share?
Yeah. So this one is an actual birch bowl off my own property. I live in town here. And this is called what we call spalding in it. This white staining in it, can you see it? That's called spalding. That's a fungus that attacks the tree.
Okay.
And what it does is that you can never get the same design. You'll never see another one exactly like this.
So that'll also be at the fundraiser.
So that's also going to be at the fundraiser.
Okay. Great. And you made that here at the
Yes,
shed?
not at the shed. I made it at home,
Okay.
but I made it for the shed.
Nice. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. So you've been coming since it started. You're a founder of it, right?
Yeah, for this particular shed, yes. I found that some of the others weren't as inclusive as what I'd like. So I met Brent. He was pretty much the first guy, and everything was pretty quiet and welcoming. And the big part, respect. Everybody got respect. It didn't matter what your political status was, anything like that. Everybody showed respect. So I got involved.
Nice.
Yeah.
Coming in on mutual ground, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like I said, we have a diverse amount of people.
Wow. How many now?
I think we're, what are we, about 50 or 60?
Wow.
I think, yeah. That we've had come in and sign up. Whether they come on a regular basis or not doesn't matter.
Right.
We're here for them when they need us.
Yeah.
Or when we need us.
There's a big impact just in knowing it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to have, clubhouses or you stop in at the local pub and have a drink with your buddies. There's not a whole lot of that going on anymore. So for a guy to find a place where like-minded people are, it's difficult.
Yeah.
And that's why it's really nice. We should have a shed on as many sheds in town as we do McDonald's.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to get there.
Wow.
Yeah.
How have you seen it evolve since it started?
Wow. Well, for the shed in Prince George, the evolve on that was we didn't even have really a building. We were at the what is it, the art space or whatever on Victoria.
Yeah.
And that's great to sit and chat, but to do a project, we couldn't do that. So when this space became available, it was a godsend.
Yeah.
Because we're right at the wood shop for the city, what used to be.
Okay.
So it has all the amenities that we need. It's in a quiet area. Yeah. The owners are fantastic. And it's central for us.
And so you've seen it grow as well. And what about, when people say, hey, what's a men's shed? Do you get that a little less? Like people already know kind of?
A lot of people have looked into it.
Okay.
We'd like more.
Yeah.
But we've done a lot of things, a lot of different projects for the community and that's gotten us a bit of a reputation. So
yes.
That's kind of nice too.
Okay.
It's nice having people look to us for help. Sometimes we can do it, sometimes we can't. All of us have issues, like Brent likes to say, backstories. Mine, I was Canadian Armed Forces. I was underage. My dad had to sign for me. In fact, he almost ran and broke his arm getting a pen to sign me up. And then I got PTSD. And that's a unique issue to deal with.
Yeah, and the world didn't know that much about it until more recently.
They used to call it shell shock or that you were malingering or, I'm glad that they've become a lot more enlightened.
Yeah. What does this place serve for you in your life now? Like, how do you feel?
Gives me a focus, gives me a place to belong. Like I said, when you're Canadian Armed Forces, you have a band of brothers, more or less. And when you retire from either the military or civilian life, you mostly lose that.
Mhm.
It's hard for a guy to make friends.
Yeah.
Once you're retired. So this shed gives us that perfect opportunity.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you're, sharing about that, where someone could be watching and think, hey, maybe I'll start going.
And everybody's welcome.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Mhm.
As long as you show respect for everybody else, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like a diverse group of people, because you get amazing stories.
Yeah.
And I'm all about stories. I like that.
Well, thanks for sharing a bit of yours today, and thank you for your contributions, to the community.
Oh no, you're welcome. I also teach wilderness survival,
Oh yeah?
wild man north survival training,
Okay.
and most of my clientele are female,
Okay.
particularly nurses at the hospital.
Okay.
I've taught a bunch of them because they don't mind paying to learn.
Mhm.
They're smart.
Mhm.
Guys, oh well, my dad took me hunting. I know all about how to be in the bush, and they're the ones that get lost, or
Yeah. That's one of the big key things about being here, right? Is that transference of knowledge that takes place.
And we do that a lot. Dawn has done a gardening program where we have not just us, but people in the community come in and learn. I teach wilderness survival. We have a guy who does fly tying. I do that as well. So we have little, info sessions or little training sessions, which is a lot of fun too.
Nice, that's really great. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and at the end of the day, I think you come in each day kind of being project focused, right? And then also being open to what else.
Well, talking to people. That's probably one of the I like doing woodwork and stuff, but I really like talking to people and helping them, right? I'm not a therapist or anything else like that. I'm just a guy who's been through a ton of crap.
Yeah.
I got 55 surgical procedures under my belt already.
Wow.
Right? So when guys come in and they've had a stroke or they've, busted up their body or have just need to talk,
Yeah.
I can pretty much get there.
Well, someone doesn't need to be professionally trained to bring compassion to a story, compassion to reality, right?
True.
And when you bring compassion,
You just got to
there-
care about people.
Yeah. Yeah, I can feel that off of you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for sharing.
That's very nice of you to say that.
Yeah.
It kind of makes my day.
I'm so glad. It's the little things, right?
Thank you.
That are real. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
See, this is how we talk all the time when we're in the shed. Talk about stuff that happens in our lives, talk about how we're feeling, or maybe just help somebody else and then feel better doing that.
Yeah.
That's what's awesome about this place.
Natural, off-the-cuff conversations that are real, because it's about just being authentic and a safe space to do that, right?
Remember, most of us worked in male-dominated areas for a long time. And you become brothers with guys you work with. And then when you retire, that's gone.
Yeah.
Right? So you gotta find some other way. And the shed is perfect for that.
Yes. And I know through studying anthropology that actually, because women, we would ancestrally be in a circle together talking and, doing what we needed to do to create, warm clothing and baskets and different things in different cultures. Men, they were out side by side, shoulder to shoulder hunting. And that's where men open up more.
With nonverbal skills.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't want to scare the game. So instead of talking to each other, you facial recognition stuff, all of that.
Yeah.
Signals.